Hey there, just going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Richard Smith, owner of All Saints Financial, LLC, located in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I'm obviously driving to a destination. I'll be on the road for the next 5 hours, headed to Oklahoma to run some business. So the reason for my little video today is just to kind of give you a little bit of background. Graduated from school in 1989, Hot Springs High, located here locally. Then went on to working for about 15 years in the automobile industry, parts department, service and parts management and whatnot. And during that time, I took some online courses and got my bachelor's degree through a university online. So I've got that under my belt, and then owned a All Saints Security up in St. Louis, Missouri. Also owned a personal training studio, did personal training in St. Louis, and I've done that off and on throughout my life. I started bodybuilding probably around 1991. A few years after high school, took a part-time job at a GNC at the mall while I worked at Lyndall Trimble Cadillac Toyota, which is now known as Orr Cadillac here in Hot Springs, and started bodybuilding, of course, amateur, and placed 5th place by 1995 in my first Arkansas show out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Again, it was my first show, placed 5th place. Brand new at the industry, didn't know a lot, lost too much weight too fast, so didn't look my best, but I was able to look better than the rest of them that I was in my weight class. So I actually placed in the top 5. So that was my first accomplishment with bodybuilding. And then 9 years later, I continued to work out, continued to watch my nutrition, go on different diets, learn my body over the years. And then I competed in 2004 in a Arkansas show. Did not even place, okay? And one of the judges I talked to, he said I kind of fell through the cracks. They were moving people around, and then they kind of started comparing some people, and I got left over here to the side. So didn't even place, and I actually looked better than I ever had looked. Gained a lot more weight, had more muscle mass by that time. I mean, think about it, 9 years of prepping and getting ready for, to do better than what I did in the past. So I went ahead and tweaked my diet a little bit, got some excess water off over a next 30-day period, competed in the Ronnie Coleman Classics in Dallas, Texas, that Ronnie Coleman actually presented the trophies and whatnot. If you guys don't know who he is, he was like a 6-time Mr. Olympia, police officer for Arlington, Texas, I believe. Very good guy. Got to meet him in person. Kind of lost my mind a little bit when I met him because, he's a celebrity to me. And anyway, I placed 2nd place in his show. Took some pictures. The guy actually took photographs for Muscle magazine and some other magazines. Now, I didn't get placed in those magazines, but he told me the potential was there if I would stay on my diet, for a period of time in order to do the photo shoots and whatnot. And I like to eat, so I didn't go that route, So I competed in another show 1 week later at the Arkansas up in Fayetteville and actually won that show. I placed 1st place up there. So got that under my belt. Pretty proud of that. Like I said, 9 years of prepping mentally. Did my own choreography for my pose down. My show, at the night show, basically, we have a routine that we do. Some guys hire nutritionists, hire people to work on their poses, hire people to, help them choreograph their posing to music. And I did all of that by myself, and I'm kind of proud of that because, it takes a certain mindset to be able to accomplish things on your own without having to, get that training. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, some people definitely need that, and always, if I need something done, I'll pay somebody to do it. Now, but I am proud of myself for just taking that 9-year period to learn as much as I could in order to accomplish those things by myself. So I'm very proud of that I was able to do that. Now, I have not competed since 2004, but I have stayed in the gym consistently. I think from 2004 to current 2021, this right now we're in, I may have missed the gym. There was probably 1 or 2 weeks during that time period that I missed the gym, believe it or not. I was in the gym, no less than 2 days a week, all the way up to 6 days a week, just depending on what was going on in my life. But I stayed consistent in the gym, and you got to stay consistent if you want to accomplish anything in life, whether it's, your physique, your diets, losing weight to be just generally healthy, to achieve things in your career. I mean, you got to stay consistent. You got to stay motivated. You got to push yourself beyond what the average Joe is going to do for himself. So you've got to do those things. So anyway, I had done all that on my own, which I'm very proud of. And currently, I decided I've put some weight on because, like I said, I like to eat. So I put some weight on. I have weighed 252 before, was my heaviest weight. I did it on purpose right after the 2004 show. I wanted to see how big I could get. So I went on a 5,000 day calorie diet. I worked out 4 days a week, giving myself adequate rest in between workouts, lifted very heavy. So purposely trying to gain as much weight and get as strong as I could, just to say I could do it. I mean, I went one route, bodybuilding, where you deplete down and shape and sculpt yourself. And then I went the other direction to see, how big or strong I could get. And it was kind of funny because I used to say it was like a cartoon, the strength I had, like a comic book, because I was so strong. If I was working on my car, I'd break bolts, just thinking, okay, it's not tight yet. And then I'd snap a bolt, and then I'd have to get the little tap out and tap it and try to get the threads out of there, the broken bolt. But I joke around about that because I was very strong back then. Now, here I am again, years later, not working out heavy, not eating purposely 5,000 calories a day cleanly, just your protein, the right carbohydrates. Now I've been basically just eating whatever I wanted to, no rhyme or reason. I love sweets, and of course Jordan's a great cook, and she's like Betty Crocker when it comes to the desserts, all the sugar. So anyway, I was back up to about 250, 249, 250, and not strong like I used to be. So what I've done now for, the end of December, I decided, hey, I'm going to get serious. I'm going to get my diet back. And here it is, January 7th, I believe, January 7th or 8th. I'm not real sure what the date is, but it's a Thursday. I know that much. And what I've done is so far this week, I've lost, from the 4th to current, I've lost 10 pounds. And a lot of you are saying that's not possible. Women are mad at me right now talking about it because it's hard for a woman to lose weight. It is easier for a man to lose weight. That's just the the anatomy behind it. Women, it's just harder. It's harder to do. And I know this because I've been a personal trainer in the past. I've worked with women, both men and women, and myself over time. I know how the body works. I know what nutrition you got to have, how much water you're supposed to have per pound of body weight. All those things factor in when you're trying to lose weight and achieve a certain goal. So now, just with all that being said, I've lost 10 pounds. A lot of that's water. So it's really easy to lose water, male or female. The first 5 to 10 pounds, very easy to lose. You have to up your water intake way up than normal. And you cut out three evils. I call them three white evils. Sugar, and flour, the bleached flour has no nutritional value whatsoever, and sugar, flour, salt. You cut those out of your diet the best you can. You almost can't zero out sodium. It's almost in everything. So you try to get them as zeroed out as you can, and you're going to have to up your water intake. If you're a 200-pound man, you really got to take in 2 gallons of water, really, at first, until you get your water regulated. Because what your body does, it holds on to water if it thinks it's dehydrated and it's not going to get an adequate amount of water. So what you have to do is you have to take in enough water so that your body realizes, okay, I'm getting plenty of water flow. I can release this other water that I'm holding on to because I don't need it. So what happens is when you cut those 3 things out and you up your water intake, at least take in a half a gallon a day if you're not drinking but a glass or 2 a day. And then you need to work your way up to at least a minimum of a gallon of water a day. But if you're really serious and you're really wanting to cut, start at 2 gallons, flush your system out, do it for a few days, and then cut back to a gallon of water. But some of you guys out there are going to argue with me about it. I'm not going to argue with anybody. I know my body. I know what I've learned over the years. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years, and I know what I'm talking about. In fact, if you want to lose it even faster, doctors are going to argue with me too, use distilled water. Distilled water has zero everything, does not have anything in it. Your body will not hold on to distilled water, and it will flush you out. It will flush any excess water out. So you could switch over to distilled water for a couple of days to flush your system completely out, and then drink spring water or purified water. I do not drink tap water. It's got chemicals and other things in it that I'm just not going to put in my body. I've not drank tap water in over 10 years if I can help it. So up your water intake, get rid of those 3 evils. You will start seeing the weight come off initially, and now the diet comes in. I don't want this to be a long video. It's already been over 12 minutes, so I'm going to stop there, and I'll make another video more about the nutrition side. But anyway, like, subscribe, and share to my channel. I own a life insurance company. I help people with tax-free retirements, mortgage protection, term and whole life insurance, health, Medicare, dental, vision. The only thing I don't do is P&C, that's property and casualty, homeowners, renters insurance, car insurance. I don't do those things, but I might, and I do know people that do, that I can refer you to. So give me a call if you need any help with that, 501-547-9230, or email me at allsaintsfinancial@gmail.com. If you have questions about dieting, about health, about nutrition, about working out, I'll answer those questions too. I'm here for you guys. You can comment below the YouTube channel, and I can respond to you guys publicly on that kind of stuff. And also, if you have any questions about anything, motivation, scheduling, if you need help with just bettering your lifestyle and getting on track with whatever you're trying to accomplish, I'll help you there too. So give me a call, 501-547-9230. Richard Smith, All Saints Financial, located at 3655 Malvern Avenue, Suite A, Hot Springs, Arkansas, over down by the old shoe factory and just before the Sonic on the left. And allsaintsfinancial@gmail.com. Talk to you guys later.